Once again, Canada finds itself in Donald Trump's crosshairs. The US president, now running hard on a nationalist trade agenda, has just announced a sweeping new tariff plan. And this time, Canada isn't just part of the story, it's target number one. So, are we really staring down another North American trade war? Let's unpack what Trump said, what's actually true, and how Canada is responding. On July 10th, Trump declared his intention to impose a 35% tariff on Canadian goods that fall outside the current USMCA trade agreement. The reasons? He pointed to Canada's supposed failure to stop fentanyl from entering the United States, as well as long-standing complaints about the Canadian dairy market and what he labeled a massive trade imbalance. But how much of this is grounded in reality? Let's start with the fentanyl claim. Trump argues that Canada is letting this deadly opioid flood into the US, a serious accusation. But the actual data tells a different story. According to US border enforcement agencies, less than 1% of fentanyl seized in America originates in Canada. The vast majority? It enters through Mexico, often shipped from China. So unless fentanyl is sneaking in on mooseback, this claim doesn't hold up. Then there's the dairy dispute. Trump cited a $63 billion trade deficit with Canada and claimed that Canadian tariffs are hurting American dairy farmers. It's true that dairy has been a long-standing sore spot, but under the USMCA, negotiated during Trump's first term, Canada made key concessions and US dairy exports to Canada have actually increased. So again, reality is more nuanced than the soundbites. Enter Canada's new Prime Minister, Mark Carney. The former Bank of Canada and Bank of England governor may not be known for fiery rhetoric, but he didn't hesitate to respond. Carney reaffirmed that Canada is taking the fentanyl crisis seriously and emphasized that Canada won't back down when its economy is under threat. Throughout the current trade negotiations with the United States, the Canadian government has steadfastly defended our workers and businesses, Carney wrote in a post on X on Thursday night. We will continue to do so as we work towards the revised deadline of August 1st. And he's not kidding. Just a few months ago, Canada imposed retaliatory tariffs on $30 billion worth of US goods after the US slapped tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. The retaliation included everything from whiskey to washing machines, proving that Canada can hit back where it hurts. So what's at stake now? Beyond the political theater, economists are raising red flags. A new round of tariffs could disrupt cross-border supply chains, drive up prices for both Canadians and Americans, and fuel inflation just as both countries are trying to cool it down. And it's not just consumers who'll feel the pinch. American industries that rely heavily on Canadian materials, automakers, construction, agriculture, and even tech manufacturing, are sounding the alarm. A Canadian counterpunch could impact billions in US exports, especially in border states like Michigan, Ohio, and New York. Zooming out, this isn't just about Canada. Trump's proposed tariffs are part of a broader trade agenda. He's threatening new levies on copper, pharmaceuticals, automobiles, and more, unless dozens of countries come to the table before August 1st. It's a high-stakes gamble that could reshape global supply chains, or spark global retaliation. In response, Canada is working quickly to finalize an economic security pact with the US, likely an effort to shield key industries and calm markets. The deal is expected to be announced before July 21st, though so far Ottawa is keeping the details close to the chest. So where does this leave us? Trump's tariff threat is loud, it's headline-grabbing, but is it legally grounded? Is it economically sound, or is it just part of the campaign trail fireworks? For now, Canada seems calm, but prepared. And as tension builds, the real question is, will cooler heads prevail? Or are we headed for a trade war 2.0, with maple syrup caught in the crossfire? Subscribe for more updates on global trade, politics, and how the Great White North might just outmaneuver America's tariff man, again.